Hello and welcome! Silrace here with some World of Tankies, and this is a double take of Churchill VII replays in the not good enough category. What does that mean? Well, it means that despite my best efforts I end up dying or probably losing the entire game. Or in this case, there are two games in this particular video. Let's briefly talk about Churchill VII. Churchill VII historically was a tank designed as an infantry tank, so to say. Essentially it means that it's designed to keep pace and support infantry, so its maximum speed is 20 kilometers an hour. Windstorm, the particular map we are on, is, well, kinda new to the game. The issue I have with this map is that I keep landing on it whenever I am playing a tank which doesn't move very fast, such as the Churchill VII, so I can't exactly explore the map all that well to find out all the nuances and where to go and where does everything lead, you know, that sort of stuff. But hey, we will make do with what we have. Churchill VII is an interesting, well, tank, so to say the least. British heavy tanks in World of Tanks and in real life as well, were always saddled with what we call a medium tanked gun in World of Tanks. This is the sort of situations where those kind of guns make their best when you have side shots on things which don't want to shoot back, and you can just pound at them with your rapid rate of fire. However, the gun entirely lacks the sort of fear factor you have when, for example, facing something like a KV-2 or a KV-1S or even a T-150 or T-29. Essentially, heavy tanks with an actual heavy tank gun. A gun which has punch and penetration. Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? This thing, while it has penetration, it doesn't actually have punch. So you have to really trade fire with things, because you are too slow to run away from them either. Now, here is where I see a interesting prey, because this guy is clearly reloading. T69. Let's go for it. I'm carrying premium ammo with this tank for a reason. They keep coming across all sorts of tire aids and whatnot, and so on. And occasionally you want to fire premium rounds to deal with things. Okay, he is fully reloaded. So it's time to move back and forth, let's get him to bounce a couple shells, and then keep firing. And that turret there is a weak point also of sorts, and here I reload on premium shells to ensure that I get this kill. So yeah, anyone who frankly complains about premium round ammo is a little bit silly. I mean, they don't cost that much and you use them to secure certain things, and yeah, of course the KV-2 had to peek out at that time to shoot me in the rear. Whatever, I am gonna reverse out of there. Here, oops, who put that there? So let's pull back into the cover a little bit. Because the nice thing about Churchill VII is that it moves backwards almost as fast as it moves forwards. So we can go backwards with it. And then we can steal an IS kill, because kill stealing is awesome and stuff. That sort of things. This is where mistakes were made, because I didn't notice that the guys on the far south actually had died. So we end up being, you know, blown up. Right. So let's move on to the second replay on Prohorovka, however you wish to pronounce this particular name here. This is frankly a map I don't exactly like very much in Churchill VII. It's lots of flat grounds, lots of flat terrain where it's kinda hard to hide the side armor of the Churchill VII because it is big and boxy and it doesn't have that good of a side armor. Also, we did lose that last game, just for the sake of, argument, and well, you will see what happens with this one. This game is also a good example of people having played a lot of Prohorovka, a lot of this map. They have their favorite locations on the map where they are all, well, going to rush to. You know, that sort of things, like, I know that position, I usually get very good results in that position, so let's drive right over to that position, even though we are all alone and whatnot. As is the case with this Comet. I mean, the hill is a good and important place, but sometimes without proper support, going into the hill can be very, very suicidal. So I am going to try to support him, but since Churchill VII, being an infantry tank, simply does not have the speed to do with stuff, and here is where my shooting is absolutely failing me as well. So I am missing kind of easy shots and whatnot, and then we actually finally have something stationary to shoot at, so I don't fail kinda that hard. But this gun, it works in this kind of a support role, but it actually does not work very well when you are facing other heavy tanks. Unfortunately so. But when something is scouting for you, and this is where I make some seriously funky shot errors in judgment of this shooting, I essentially lead when he decides not to move. Because I don't know why not. And I actually don't know where the heck those two shots went. But we will take with it. I mean, the game does have some random element, and occasionally you will miss shots which you are like aiming well and whatnot. It doesn't matter all that much, especially when you have a rapid firing gun such as this one. However, on the, well, proper heavy tank guns, it gets a little bit of annoying. That shot went somewhere very far away, and this is where I am looking at the scoreboard and decide, well, it's probably time to start reloading premium shells, because my god, my team is like being vaporized on the other flank and stuff. So let's deal with some tanks and then go home. Right, so come on IS, please be away, thank you. Now, looking at the map, T-49 on this side, the Earl who has not moved an inch, and the gun is probably still pointing to the, middle of the map. So it is time to go back, because I don't believe this Earl shot a single round to any of these tanks on the hill this entire game. It's been just looking in the middle, tunnel visioning all day long, and that's what I meant when I mentioned, like, I go into this position, because this is a position people tend to go to like shoot everywhere. However, then you probably need to shoot everywhere. So I reverse back over this ridge and reload onto proper shells, because yeah, don't wanna pay too many credits. This tank, the gun can be nice in the support fire role, but frankly it is wasteful of credits to fire so many premium rounds, because they don't deal a lot of damage. They do have a little bit higher penetration values, but the damage is still the same. So KV-1S needs to be dealt with, because it's a scary tank. And the T-49 is now dead on the other flank. So it is probably time to, hide a little. This is where I was really hoping that the guys on, you know, the western flank would have like been able to stay alive a little longer to keep this flank at least secure. But I guess not. So now I have to deal with enemies coming in from every angle, and the Arl pulls back over that side of the ridge without seemingly realizing that there is a T-43 there, and there is still that the T-34, well, Type T-34, the Chinese copy of it, went on that side as well. I mean, tunnel vision. Please don't do it when you are playing this particular game, it doesn't bode very well. And now I have a T-25 too watching my other flank, and I am just content on sitting here for a moment. Because, okay, T1 heavy tank. Let's add our fire, and oh my word, this guy is now actually poking out here. I guess so. Gotta move because there is an ISU, or SU, not ISU. ISU would be the Tier 7 version. No, Tier 8 version. What am I talking about? I'm entirely out of it already, because the game is almost over, as you can tell. Well, now it's pretty much over. I'm gonna get surrounded and killed off. I'm gonna get a couple shots in. So, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this.